Who do you got winning the game on Thursday? Lions hosting the Chicago Bears in the annual Thanksgiving Day game. In the comments, if you have the Lions winning, put L for Lions. If you got the Bears winning, put B. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. In today's video, we're going to be talking about many things here. Lions and Bears, what's the spread look like? We're going to go over the stats. Who do I think win prediction in here? Jameson Williams, does he have legal issues? There has been some news on that. We're going to talk about it. Injury update for the Detroit Lions players, the good, bad. We're going to talk about that. Emmanuel Moseley coming back in the lineup, what it means for the Detroit Lions. We're going to get into the power rankings. Where are the Lions after the Lions beat the Indianapolis Colts? Let's go. With the first, we're talking about Lions hosting the Chicago Bears on Thursday for the annual Thanksgiving Day game. Lions are 10-1, best record in the NFL. They're putting up 32.7 points per game, going against a defense in Chicago that's the 8th best in the NFL, only allowing 19.7. I'm going to take the over Chicago, and I'm going to take maybe the under for the Lions and the points here. Chicago does have a good defense. The Detroit Lions defense is only allowing 16.6 points per game. That's second best in the NFL. With the offense of Chicago, they're only putting up 20.1, 22nd in the NFL. Take the over on the Lions, under on the Bears right there. And to be quite frank with you, when I look at this matchup here for this, I think this is going to be a significant mismatch in this game. I think that the Detroit Lions are going to win. I'll go with 32-17. That is going to be my prediction for the game on Thursday. What about you? Who do you got winning the game? Put DET in the comments if you got the Detroit Lions. Put CHI if you got the Bears. Let's continue on here and talk about the legal issues when it comes to Jameson Williams. I don't know if you don't remember, but he had a weapon without the proper documentation, and when he got pulled over, the police let him go, but they reinvestigated it, and it came out today that no charges can be pressed. Because the case of law is silent regarding specific issues, the legislative intent of the CPL statute does not support charges under these facts. No charges issued in the matter are warranted, denied, the office said in a statement. I've been saying that the whole time. I didn't think it was that big of an issue. In all honesty, he didn't have a documentation. It was still registered to him. Yeah, it was a mistake, but to issue a warrant for somebody's arrest, yeah, come on, right? And the police officer was there for discretion. Folks, he didn't get away with it because he's a wide receiver. It's because it was a small infraction, and sometimes you kind of use a little bit of common sense. He is not a thug and a gangster. He had a weapon because he's in a Detroit and he's 21 and he's immature a little bit, right? But warrant for his arrest, and this guy's a troublemaker, and he's, oh my God. The hyperbolic when it comes to Jameson Williams is a little bit over the top. Yes, he needs to grow up. Yes, he has a little bit of immature issues. He is not a guy that is going to be, I don't know, Ray Rice, okay? He's not Adrian Peterson in a hand, okay? Come on, guys. But he's going to be good to go. Jameson Williams will be fine. I don't know if he'll get a fine. He ain't going to get suspended for this. This is small fry type of stuff. I don't see the biggest issue right there. Let's go ahead and jump into some injury updates because we got a lot to talk about. Lions are banged up, as you all know. John Kaminsky, MCL, injured reserve. He could return to the playoffs, so I think he does return. If the Lions get the number 1 seed, he'll be ready for the first game in the playoffs. Alex Anzalone, he's got, 4 to 5 or more weeks to go, 6 more weeks to go in that area. Again, that would be a return bait of the 49ers game. If the Lions wanted to opt to rest him some more, they absolutely could do that because the Lions could have everything locked up at that point, right? So he'll return for the playoffs, 100% sure. He could be before. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, eligible returning here in a couple weeks. Ennis Rakestraw, a week after that. And Afutu Melifonwu, same time. So those guys will be coming back. We're going to get some depth there. That is some good news. David Montgomery, these are the players that injured themselves in this last game. He had a shoulder injury. He actually came back in the game, was dressed. They held him out because he was banged up. I think if it was actually a legitimate game, or if the Lions had to win the game, he'd be there. But we were up. You could tell the Lions going to win that game. Could he play? Could he miss on Thursday? It's possible. Do I think so? No. He would loved, I'm sure, to go against his former team. The Lions may opt to rest him just because it's going to be an easy game. So it's not a long-term injury. Don't worry about it. St. Brown, he had a rest day. He's not injured. He will play on Thursday. I know a lot of people were worried about that, got DM'd. He will be fine. Khalif Raymond injured his foot. They said it could be a little bit longer term, a couple weeks. I don't think it's going to be not even a situation. He'll be back for the playoffs 100% for sure, in my opinion. Taylor Decker injured his ankle. He came back in the game. He said he's playing on Thursday. Don't worry about there. TJ Reader missed practice. He was sick. Guess what? 'Tis the season. Be good to go on Thursday. Carlton Davis did injure his knee in the game, and I do expect him fully to play in the game. He gets dinged up a lot, but he comes back. He didn't come back in the game last week because the Lions were up by so much, it was pointless. So he will be playing on Thursday, in my opinion. Terrion Arnold will play on Thursday. He was a full practice participant in practice. So people were worried, especially the commentators in this last game. That was kind of weird. Oh, no, right? There's injuries, and these guys are Carlton Davis, Terrion Arnold. What are they going to do? It's over, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be playing in the game. Folks, if you can hit that like button, that would be great. Let's get to 300 likes in this video. Smash that like button. Let's go ahead and jump into the power rankings here. Let's go. It's first across the board. All ones, Lions are number one in the power rankings. Sports Illustrated, 1. Pete Prisco, 1. Athletic, 1. ESPN, 1. Yahoo, 1. USA Today, 1. Lions are considered the best team in the NFL at this moment. That is awesome. I'm not going to lie. I was waiting for an excuse for Pete Prisco to move Lions out of number 1. He has a fascination with Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. The Packers won, so I thought, oh, he's just going to put it up there, right? That's just what Pete Prisco does. He's weird. He's a weird. Lions sitting at 1. They are the best team in football. They are. It's the Detroit Lions and everybody else. It really is. I think that the Bills are a really good team. In the NFC, I think Philadelphia can compete with Detroit. I think it's a 3-team race now for the number 1 seed, and that's it. Lions, Vikings, Eagles. The Washington Commanders lost. I think they're pretty much done for that for that seeding. So, Lions are sitting pretty. Lions are going to, in my opinion, win on Thursday. That would put them to 11-1 with a week's rest, then hosting the Green Bay Packers in a pivotal game. And that's going to be fun to watch. So let's go ahead and look at these. You know, what is the playoff standings at this moment? What is the NFC North standings at this moment? Here is the NFC North. Obviously, Lions sitting at number 1. 10-1 with the best record in the NFL. We already know that. Number 2 in the NFC North is the Minnesota Vikings. They won. Dang it. 9-2. Chicago almost beat them. Going to pull it off. Come on, Chi-Town. Number 3 is the good old Green Bay Packers. They're 8-3. They got a victory as well. If the Lions beat them in a week and a half, they are done in the NFC North. Chicago in the rear right now, last place, looking like bums at 4-7. Let's go ahead and look at the rest of the NFC in the playoff seeding. Lions are sitting at the number 1 seed. They got a game up over the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles' schedule is going to start to get a little bit harder, so that is a good thing. Philadelphia sitting at number 2 at 9-2. Again, competing with the Lions for the number 1 seed. Falls off a cliff right there. Seattle Seahawks, they're the 3rd seed at 6-5. That division is crazy. They're all sitting right there, nearly the same record. Atlanta Falcons, same deal there, 6-5. They're probably going to win their division. no contender for number 1 seed. Minnesota Vikings at the 5 seed, and that crazy that they're 9-2 and they're the 5 seed. But they are 9-2, but they have not been playing good. They've been barely winning against the Tennessee Titans. They barely won against the Chicago Bears. They barely won against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're lucky. Green Bay Packers are sitting at the number 6 seed at 8-3. I honestly think probably Green Bay could beat Minnesota at this point, even though Minnesota's record is better. I just think that Minnesota is they have really tapered off. They start off 5-0 and it tapered off. Washington Commanders are holding down the number 7 seed. The last spot right now, it's 7-5. They start out great. They have been slowing down as of late. Cardinals, 6-5. Buccaneers, 5-6. Rams, 5-6. The 49ers, holy smokes, they have fallen off a cliff. They still have a chance to win their division, but they're definitely in the bottom looking up. And then obviously Saints, Bears, Cowboys, Panthers, Giants in the rear looking like boo-boo the foo. So that's what the rankings are going on right now. Let's go ahead and get into Emmanuel Moseley. Dan Campbell talked about it, says he's ready. I think that in this game yesterday was big. I had to think about what his yesterday, Campbell said. That was a big able for him. I mean, really, he hadn't played in 2 years, and to be able to go out there and, okay, I can trust this, and I can trust my body. He went out there and competed. Good job in teams for us. But, yeah, I think he's ready. I think he's ready, and we're not afraid to use him. And that's a big deal. Emmanuel Moseley is ready. Remember, he was the prize free agent last year. He's been injured. Having him back is so important. We've seen it with Kindle Vildor, a significant drop-off from Terrion Arnold to Vildor. Well, guess what? There's not a significant drop-off from Terrion Arnold to Emmanuel Moseley. So if we're going to have injuries, and same with Carlton Davis, he can step in and help this team out. Big, big, big. And right before the playoffs, too, right before a big playoff run where we need to have the depth for this football team. So Lions are looking good right now for injury front. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. With that said, folks, adios.